Hey guys, it's Steven with Be More Media, and today we're starting our business journey of veterans mindset into starting your own business. It's a brand new series we're starting. We're going to try to get some interviews coming in as well to talk to you guys, get you guys to understand different veteran point of views, different mindsets, and really how to take control of your own idea and turn it into a profitable business. If you guys are just like us, we're veterans ourselves. After we got out of the service, we weren't quite sure exactly what we wanted to do. We entered the civilian workforce, and then we started growing there, and we realized that we wanted to take charge of our own future. We wanted to grow our own business. We wanted to provide a solution to other people, to our neighbors, to our friends, to our families as well. So that's what this whole series is about. It's about to give you the idea on how to start a business, what it takes, and where you can go with it. Hopefully, at the end of this, it's going to help you understand if your idea that you've been thinking on is an actual business idea or just an idea that you can toy around with and maybe possibly turn it into an actual business. So, with that, let's go ahead and get started here. One of the things that we get asked a lot is kind of like, how do you know your idea is actually profitable? How do you know it's able to make you money and sustain you and your lifestyle? Those are all great questions. One of the biggest factors that people, especially veterans, are facing, in business overall is just where can they fit into this world? How can they serve their community but still make a profit and not feel like they're overcharging, but also feel like they're making enough money to live off of? Those are all great. A lot of people think that owning a home, buying the latest and greatest car, the latest iPhone, all of that is the American dream. But honestly, if you ask a lot of us, we feel like building our own business is the ultimate American dream. Running your own hours, experiencing the difference between helping others and actually being your own boss. Those are all really, really good feelings. And honestly, that is what to us is the ultimate American dream. It's not, owning your own house, owning your own car, all of that. Those are all really great aspects as well. But running your own business is a totally different animal. It's your own idea that you took from nothing and made money from it. It shows that you are able to put in work, put in those efforts, and actually grow something out of nothing. And that to us is what the American dream is all about. The feeling is fantastic overall. Don't get me wrong, the feeling of running your own business is great, but it's not for everyone. The feeling is phenomenal until you start running into a lot of things that a lot of people don't think about with business. And that's, you could be running into issues like billing, profit margins, growth charts, goals, marketing, and so much more. Don't even get us started on payroll yet. That's a whole other animal. We're going to try to cover that in a later video, but all of these stuff is a lot of stuff that people don't realize. Once they start making money, they're like, cool, I got some cool, lot of money coming in from my business. It's going to be successful. And then they start running into these things and they don't know where to go with it. And that's how a lot of businesses fail. The first 5 years of a business is the most detrimental to any business because that's where you're trying to understand where you fit in the marketplace. You're understanding your niche. You're also understanding what it takes to be a business, because a business that just started yesterday is vastly different than a business that started 5 years ago, 10 years ago, even 15 years ago. So understanding those steps, understanding those processes is what's really going to take you to that next level. And with this video, we're going to answer the basic questions on what it takes to turn an idea into a business model. And this is where we come in overall. We're a company here. We're a marketing company named Be More Media. We help small veteran business owners take their idea from just an idea, turn it into a business, and actually make it profitable. We help you be seen online. We help you be heard. And our ultimate goal here at Be More Media is to be more profitable with you and to make your business more profitable. You can find out more at bemoremedia.com. But if we can at least help one veteran every chance we get to become more successful in their business, that to us is what makes us feel like we hit our target. And if we can pass on that knowledge to others, that's what matters the most to us. So with that, let's dive into the basics of building a business. It's taking your idea from a thought and putting it into action, right? A lot of veterans are used to that, especially while you were in the service. You had goals, you had objectives that you had to achieve almost on a daily basis. That's true for everybody, but veterans especially, because we were told all the time what we had to do, when we had to do it, and all of that. So one of the things to remind yourself is that with business, it's just very similar to the military, minus all the stupid stuff, minus all the other extra stuff. but you're going to have your objectives, you're going to have your goals, and you have to do whatever it takes to grow your business. Now, the biggest difference between this and the military as well is that first off, you don't have Uncle Sam's money to help you. You have your own money, but you also have your own goals. You have your own team. You can build it the way that you need to build it. That is key. Build it the way that you want to build it, and you're going to be more successful than you ever thought imaginable. The first thing you want to capture when growing your business is you need to have a notebook. Now, you can have a notebook either by electronically or digital or analog, however is best for you. Ultimately, I used to have a analog one, but I've swapped more to digital just because it's easier to track my notes, easier to find my notes. I honestly just use my phone right here, tied with my Apple computer and all of that, to really just write some things down quickly every single day. Use Apple Notes. It's a great tool to have. If you don't have Apple, Android's got some stuff too. But ultimately, you want to start with a notebook because you want to be able to write your ideas down when they first appear in your head. Whether you're taking your dog for a walk, you're going out to eat or something like that. If you have an idea, you want to be able to tackle it right away. If you write it down in the notebook, you're not going to forget it. You can reference it later, and that's what's going to really make you stand out overall, is having those ideas and being able to grow your business from those ideas. I can't tell you how many times we've actually been working on our business, trying to come up with an idea on how to better serve our clients. And I just start kind of perusing my notes, and I'm like, oh, I had that idea a couple weeks ago. That's what it takes, and that's the big key that separates you from every other business, is having your ideas that you can reference later. Once you have those written down, you need to really think about what you're trying to solve and for whom. So think about it this way. Every single great business in the world, whether it be Apple, whether it be Amazon, whether it be just your local mom and pop store that's been around for years, the one thing that doesn't separate them from every other business that is successful is that they've all solved a problem. So if you're able to solve a problem with your business, you're going to be already 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of your competition. And you're going to be able to grow your business, because ultimately that's what a business is all about, is identifying a problem and finding a solution to fix that problem. That solution is what you've thought of and how you're going to make money. So keep that in mind, is that the solution to the problem is the money maker. The problem itself is not the money maker. So once you have that written down and you start thinking about that, what we always recommend is if you can answer these 5 next questions about your idea, then you know it's ready to kind of start going into the business phase. And that's what we're going to answer today, is we're going to go over those 5 questions. We're going to see if your idea that you have is actually ready for business idea or just an idea for itself. So our idea that we're going to run with you guys all through this entire course is we're going to have a mobile car washing company. It's an idea that we've kind of played around with time to time, that we've actually helped market some. But ultimately, it's really easy to understand as well from a business perspective. So hopefully it'll help you guys put your ideas into perspective and understand that it doesn't have to be complicated to make you lots of money. So the very first question that I always ask myself when I'm starting a business is, am I trying to solve a problem? That is the most important question of all time. If you're not trying to solve a problem, you're not going to be profitable. You may make a little bit of money, but ultimately it's not sustainable, and you're not going to actually solve the issue that you're facing as well. And now, one of the questions we get all the time with that too is like, what problem do I solve? Well, that really comes down to you. If your idea has a lot of different problems that it can solve, that's amazing. The more solutions that you can offer, the more money you can make. But a lot of people, we always tell, just focus on one core problem and solve that first, and then look at branching out into other different areas. Because a lot of people struggle, they try to solve as many problems as possible all at once, and then they don't really know what their business is as well. So stick to the fewest amount of problems as possible, and you'll start creating those solutions, and you'll start making money that way. The second idea, and this is one of the most important ones as well, is your idea marketable to your local population? Wherever you live in this world, is it marketable to the location that you live in? If it's not, you may need to rethink your overall idea, because that's where you're going to first start getting your money, is your local population. If you're able to market it to them, you're able to market it to a grander scale and grow it from there. But you ultimately need to understand, is it marketable to the local population? If it's not, let's take a look at a different idea instead of actually moving forward with it. If you can't figure out those first two questions, there's no reason to really go forward with it. Those are by far the most two important questions. We always tell people the more questions you can answer out of the five, the more success your business has. But you also have to understand that there's a lot of economic variables in play that may cause a business to rise or fall. So if you're growing your business, if you can answer those first two, you have a really good, clear shot of growing it. The next one that you have to understand is, who is this business focused on? Who is the target market? It's not you. Who is having these problems? If the more information you can extract from that, the better your marketing is going to be, the better your communication, the better talking points you're going to have with your audience as well. So you need to focus on, who is this business focused on? Who is having this problem? Who am I trying to fix this problem for? If you can figure that out, that's where you're going to really grow your business and ultimately succeed. So the next question that we always ask, is there a chance to have recurring customers for this idea? Because it's once you start diving into business, you're going to start realizing that it's way more expensive in the long run to keep getting new customers over and over and over. It's always more expensive to get a new customer than it is to resell to an older customer. So the next question is there a chance to have recurring customers for this idea? That's one of the things we look at, whether it's subscription based, whether you can get referrals from them, or just do some more work for them down the road to get more money from them. Those are a couple ideas on how you can really grow your business. But if it's just a one and done type service, you're selling an item, you give it to them, and then you say your goodbyes, it may not be an actual business idea. That may be a personal hobby, and you could pursue it as a personal hobby. But don't get into debt. Don't drive yourself in crazy by trying to start a business around something that you can't get reoccurring customers from. Now, the last one that a lot of people miss almost on a daily basis is, how much do I need to actually start this business? The closer you can get to that $0 mark, the better. I'm going to be honest. Our marketing agency, we started with $0 and we turned it into a couple $1,000s over the first few months. So we've always been in the green, but that's not the way for everybody. So you got to think about how much it's actually going to cost to grow that business, to even just start that business. Are you going to hire employees right away, or are you not? Those are cost factors that you got to take in. We're going to dive into those in some other episodes as well. But you have to understand that, if you need money to start your business, how much money do you need? And then once you figure that out, you need to start looking into it. Do you really need all of those expenses? Because the least amount of expenses that you can have to start your business, the better off you're going to be to grow your business as well. So with those 5 questions, let's take a look at our business idea that we have. Our business idea is, we're going to have a mobile car washing and detail service. We're going to come to you, to your place of choice, and we're going to wash your car. We're going to make it shine for you. You're going to have the best looking car on the block. And the reason behind that is because we're going back to the very first question. Our very first question is, what are we trying to solve? Well, our problem that we're trying to solve is, we're catering to the people that are struggling to go through a car wash every single day. They have a dirty car. They need it clean. A lot of people don't actually clean their cars. And the big reason behind that is because going through a car wash costs money, costs time. It's just things that they just don't feel as important to them. But if you have a clean car, you notice that you're more careful with it. You're able to drive it more. You're more proud of it as well. So that's why we're offering a mobile car washing and detail service as well. The second question is it marketable to the local population? Well, with this one, it's pretty easy. Do you have dirty cars in your area? Yes, we can market it to them. Now, we can dive more into that and try to figure out, okay, is there certain cars that we need to focus on, things like that. But we're just going to look at it from the big high point here. If we have dirty cars in the area, or even if we just have cars in the area, can we market to them? Yes. Yes, we can. So we're 2 for 2 right now. The next one that we need to look at is, who's this business focused on? Well, that's where we're going to start diving down into our niche. We're going to start really focusing on it, because that's what that's going to do, is that's going to help us tell our story to our local customers and get the customers that are actually willing to make the investment. So with that, what we're going to focus on is, we want to focus on the people that are driving their cars every day, that they go to work, they come home, they're tired, they don't want to sit in line at a car wash, they don't want to pay for the car wash every single time. Or if they have the subscription, they're probably just like us. They drive by the car wash thinking, I'll hit it next time, because I'm just too tired to do it right now. I don't want to be there. I'd rather be home right now. So those are the people that we want to specifically talk to, because what we're trying to solve here is like, hey, you don't have to wait in line. You can go straight home. We'll come to you. We'll wash your car. We'll make it nice and clean. And the other problem that you guys tend to have as well is like, even if you go through the automatic car wash, or the manual car wash, you get home, you realize you missed a spot, and that's irritating as well. Especially if it's an automatic one, you're paying for it. You don't want them to miss a spot. So that's what we're marketing, is we're saying, hey, we're going to be able to do that. But one of the things that we're going to offer is we're going to be able to come to you anytime. So the thing that we need to focus on as well, is there a chance to have reoccurring customers for this? Absolutely. There's a couple different ways we can do that. We can start with subscriptions. You pay us monthly, we'll come out X amount of times and we'll wash your car for you. That's going to eliminate the stress of having to sit in line and wait for it and all of that. So with those issues, that's some of the questions that we've been able to answer. We're still putting together, how much it's going to be to start up this business, whether we need licenses in our area, whether we don't, we need a pressure washer, mobile pressure washer, trailer, all of that stuff. There's certain types of soap that we need as well. So it's that type of stuff that we need to pay attention to, that we're going to focus on. But ultimately, if you can answer 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5 of those questions, you're going to start growing your business faster. You're going to be able to set it up for success. You're going to be able to take that idea and actually transition it into a business model. And that's what we're going to talk about next. The next video is going to be, we're going to dive deeper into how you get your business started, and how to get people to start being aware of your services so you can actually make money. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you're on YouTube, but we appreciate you watching today, and thank you again. Once again, my name's Steven with Be More Media. We're here to help you be seen, be heard, and ultimately be more profitable in the future. Thank you for watching.